All right, we are back and basically heading into like the climax of the story, which is so weird cuz like these routes all take so long to like get through that when you actually like start like rounding up towards the end, it's like it's just the end of a long journey, you know? Been uploading Unlimited Blade Works for freaking how long now? I don't even know how long I've been uploading Unlimited Blade Works for. But I mean, I've been doing Fate for over a year now in general, like all combined. So yeah, by the time we finish like because again, 3 go up a week, there was a lot of breaks for the Fate route, one long-ish break for Unlimited Blade Works. So like I don't know, I'm kind of interested to see like if you just count like how many weeks of actually uploading Fate, how long does that equate to? I think by the end of Heaven's Feel, it might be like a full year. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, with that being said, let's just jump into it. We leave my house. Who would have thought I would go to that castle again? Hey, hey, you guys aren't listening to me, right? Huh? Huh? We both turn around. Oh, come to think of it, Lancer was still here. Oh, you have more free time than I thought, huh? It just slips out. He must be self-conscious as he doesn't try to retort. Lancer, I do not know what you are planning, but there's nothing to gain from following us. Archer is a servant without a master. I do not think your master would want to defeat such a person. I know. I have no intention of fighting Archer. You can rest assured that I won't butt in on the fight. Then why are you going to come with us? If you want to settle the match with me, I can do it right here. No, I'll pass on that. I have no intention of fighting against your master. Rather, I want to sell her some favors. I want her to be in debt to me. Huh. Saber glares at Lancer, and Lancer ignores her. Okay, do as you wish. We can use all the help we can get in saving Tosaka. Shiro, Lancer is an enemy. You cannot make such a rash decision. That should be alright. He's twisted, but he won't lie. First of all, he's not the sneaky type. He'd come fight us straight on before he would try to trick us. Didn't he literally sneak attack you twice? That is true, but... Well, I'll turn him down if you don't want to, but he'll follow us even if we let him be. So isn't it easier for us to just have him near us, where we can keep watch? You're getting better at making excuses, Shiro. Well, a lot has happened. For some reason, it's getting easier to talk in like the Saber voice than it is to talk with the Shiro voice, which is just my voice. I don't know why. Well, that's it, Lancer. We won't concern ourselves with you, and you don't bother us. Let's go together if that's fine with you. I say to the guy that's watching us with a smile. Good enough. Wow, you guys are a great combination. Saber's stubborn, so I'm glad you're more mature now. That is not true. Shiro is the stubborn one. You do not know how much trouble I have been through. What? Are you going to tell me if I ask? Fine, we have some time until we get to the castle. Let's entertain ourselves on the road with your stories. Why do I need to explain such a thing to you? You have nothing to do with this. Saber roars at Lancer. Wow. I guess Saber doesn't get along well with Lancer. But I never thought that Saber would get angry like Tosaka. Oh well. Let's get going. We don't have time to be playing around. We have to get to the castle as quickly as possible. I leave the two and start walking. Shiro, I am not playing around. She must still be mad as she yells at me. Lancer follows from a distance. Follows from a distance. It's midnight right now. I know how far the castle is from here. We should make it in time. We'll probably get there around dawn. We start to walk to the masterless old castle. Ooh. Interlude 15 Uno. It is daybreak. The knight in red is leaning against a pillar and staring at his arm. Putting strength into his fingers, he makes a fist. His body is only half responding. Even heroic spirits cannot maintain their existence in this world without a master. He still exists because of the special class ability of Archer, but he's almost at his limit. His remaining strength is not even a tenth of his original powers. His muscles are weak and his body will slowly disappear if he loses focus. But there's no problem. Even if he has less than a tenth of his original power, it is enough to kill Emyashiro. Considering the difference in their abilities, this isn't even a handicap. Therefore, it'll end once they fight. His one and only objective will be accomplished here. That's right. He has waited for this time. He has endured the endless repetition hoping for this chance. He has awaited a miracle that would not occur, a miracle with a probability close to 0. And his wish was granted. No, it is about to be granted. He does not care what awaits him afterwards. He will kill his own self with his own hands. The hopeless, futureless wish is what kept him going after he wore out. Was it long, or was it an instant? He is an existence that disappears after each summoning. His memory does not remain, no matter how many times he repeats the cycle. It only stays in his body as knowledge. Heroic spirits recognize for other heroic spirits because of these accumulated facts. It's just like a book. Every time a heroic spirit is summoned, the book with its story is sent to its home. The heroic spirit itself remains in the house, reading those books. The trouble is that the one at the house does not know when those books arrived. Past or future, Oh, my brain inserted another word in there that I'm not currently remembering. It's okay. Past or future do not matter. Oh, I think past or future. I don't remember what my brain inserted in there, but it very much so confused me. All the books are already in his room. His only way of measuring time is to read the records of his cleaning. That he will accomplish. It makes no difference if it's eternal or instantaneous. Eternity is instantaneous, and an instant is eternal. Therefore, he does not know how rare this miracle is. He does not know if this is the first time or the 1000th time since he obtained this hope. And all he has is unordered knowledge. Past, present, and future are meaningless for heroic spirits. I'm struggling to read this episode. I guess, huh? I chose this place because I was told there would be no interruptions here. The knight in red suddenly gets up. Did his ears hear the sound of the intruder? Footsteps echo through the silent castle. Wow, I'm surprised, Tosaka. I was dubious, but you really are here. A voice echoes. The rude intruder is a boy called Mato Shinji. Oh, don't do anything violent, okay? I don't have any business with you. You have no business with Tosaka either, right? Then isn't it meaningless for us to fight here? Mato Shinji walks forward with light steps. He is looking at Tosaka, who's tied up. The girl glares silently at the intruder. That must delight him. He licks his lips in satisfaction and walks to the girl. Oh gosh, yeah, we're almost to the next route. Ugh, gross, Shinji. I'm not looking forward to voicing anything he says. What? Stared down by the knight, Mato Shinji looks up in annoyance. What? Do you want to fight me? Are you serious? You'd be no match for me. He smiles and turns back to the entrance. There stands a man with golden hair, the 8th servant, Gilgamesh. He is literally a disaster. The golden servant looks at the knight with cool eyes, but within them, the red eyes only show the intent to brutally kill the enemy in front of him. The knight in red is still silent. It makes no difference even if Mato Shinji appears or if the strongest servant is ready to attack him. The knight calmly stares at the uninvited enemies. You're scared, right? It's nothing to be ashamed of. He even killed Berserker. It's natural for you to be scared. Do you want Rin, Mato Shinji? Huh? Yeah, of course. There's no other reason for me to come to this castle. I see. Then wait until this is over. I will give you to her after I kill Emyashiro. She is mine until then. It cannot be helped if you cannot compromise on that. It'll be regrettable, but you will die here, Gilgamesh. The knight's eyes remain on the golden servant as he speaks. Very funny, you fool. Were those words reason enough for the man to kill? Oh, I thought that was still Gilgamesh talking, and I still don't remember his voice. Were those words reason enough for the man to kill Archer? The golden servant identifies the knight in front of him as a target he must kill. Oh, hold on, Gilgamesh, don't be rash. Let's be smart, come on. He says he's gonna give her to me, so I'll let him. Archer doesn't have a master. I'm sure no master would make a contract with a servant that betrayed so many people, so he'll disappear if we let him be. I can take Tosaka after that. Mato Shinji smiles and stares at the knight in red. It looks as if he's enjoying the fate of the one who is about to disappear. You're smart, Mato Shinji. That's an intelligent decision. You are a most fitting master, in a sense. Oh, you show promise. How wasteful. I would have made a contract with you if you came to me. Stepping away from the knight, Mato Shinji claps his hands happily. But I'm sorry, I don't need any more servants. It's unfortunate, but you'll have to disappear. You do not need to tell me. So, what will you do? Will you fight me or wait until I disappear? Yeah, I'll wait. You're pretty decent, so we'll protect Tosaka until you kill Emiya. But yeah, that thing is mine already, right? Then I can do anything to her, right? He stares at the knight and Tosaka with snake-like eyes. His words are to test the loyalty of the knight. To that, I have promised Emiyashiro that she will not be harmed, but that promise is over at dawn. You can do as you wish when the time comes. The knight in red replies in an emotionless voice. Oh, I was expecting a lot more, considering 2 ha-has usually get you a ha-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha. But that's, yeah. Did you hear that, Tosaka? Your servant is selling off his master! Sneering laughter echoes in the dirty room. The knight exits as if he's not interested. Archer passes by Gilgamesh. Archer ignores his mocking gaze and walks into the hallway. At that instant, Faker. The King of Heroes says so as if despising him. Interlude out. It's daybreak. There's less conversation as we make our way through the forest. Yeah, that was a terrible read. And the silence gets heavier. I, Emiyashiro, must fight that man when we get to the castle. There's no chance of victory, and a certain loss awaits. I know I'll just be killed once we start fighting. I'm not scared, but it's not because I'm prepared for it. If you talk about dying, that man is already dead. It is equivalent for Emiyashiro to be dead the moment I figured that out. That being the case, I have no reason to worry. We go through the castle gate. Saber looks gloomy, maybe because she knows what kind of fight awaits us. What's troubling her is him and me. No matter who gets killed and who survives, the one to be eliminated is the same. Her desire to stop this ridiculous fight is causing her pain. Her eyes stare at the sky sharply, and maybe she's angry at the meaningless battle. The hall is a ruin now. This place, covered with a morning mist, will become our place of death. You're finally here. You're late, Emiyashiro. A cold voice echoes. The familiar voice comes from the second floor. The man is standing at the top of the stairs, which are lit by the morning sun. His red outfit is far away, and his figure is hazy in the white glare. But I can see him. I can see my enemy in detail. That should be the same for the man with the hawk eyes, the servant with the role of archer given to him. He is an archer, but not an archer, and he is a contradictory existence that has many noble phantasms, yet carelessly destroys them. All his noble phantasms are duplications, and the fact that he's able to produce swords in infinite number is his noble phantasm. As the only one who did not realize his true identity. Heroic spirits are summoned from every age. If nobody from the past corresponds to him, then the heroic spirit must be from the future. I finally realize now, there shouldn't be 2 of that pendant. That pendant is... Yes, that is the pendant you held on throughout your life after you were saved. It is the one and only memento of Tosaka Rin's father. It is impossible that 2 such pendants should exist. If Emiyashiro held on to the pendant throughout his life, as he says, then a catalyst is always needed to summon a heroic spirit. As when you summon Saber, there has to be a connection between the summoner and the one summoned. Tosaka Rin did not have a catalyst to summon a heroic spirit. Therefore, she thought that she had no connection with the servant she summoned. But no heroic spirit is summoned by chance. A physical connection is absolutely necessary between the summoner and the heroic spirit. If he's right, there can only be one answer. If Tosaka did not have a catalyst connected to Archer, then... Yes, it is when the heroic spirit has a catalyst connected to the summoner. The jewel is the only one of its kind. My life was saved, but I did not know who saved me, so I held onto the pendant which I thought belonged to my savior. That's the answer. If he has Tosaka's pendant, then there's only one person who he can be. Heroic spirit Emiya. The future me. The heroic spirit before me is Emiya Shiro, who perfected his skills and made his ideal come true. The knight in red. Archer looks down at me from the top of the stairs. There's no one around him. He is standing alone in this vast hall. Archer, where's Tosaka? I've left her somewhere in this castle. You should hurry if you are worried about her. You were late, so I gave her to Mato Shinji since he came earlier. What? I kept my promise with you. I will not harm her. But it does not concern me what other people do to her. But the result is pretty obvious. Mato Shinji feels hatred and lust towards Tosaka Rin. One does not need to think what he will do to her. He might not be able to restrain himself if she provokes him, so he might be killing and raping her right now. I get pissed off. He can say such a thing. How can he say such a thing so calmly? Oh, don't get impatient, kid. Leave that girl to me. I'll go save her. Lancer? It's an order from my master. My entire reason for joining you is to keep that girl from dying. Still, this was rather comfortable. I didn't feel bad yesterday. It's rare for me to like my job. With those words, Lancer ignores Archer and heads to the West Terrace. Lancer, don't worry about it. I'm doing this out of my own interest. Well, I've been giving many disgusting orders up to now, so I'll at least follow through on this. You can concentrate on your own affairs. Okay, I'm leaving Tosaka to you. He lightheartedly replies with a yes. Then, Lancer stops and turns around as if he's remembered something. Hey, what are you doing, Saber? You're coming too. Saber lowers her eyes painfully. No, I will stay here, Lancer. She stands next to me and replies unlike a servant. Are you serious? That girl's your master now, right? You should be protecting your master. I understand that, but I would still like to stay here. I need to watch over this fight. Fine, do as you wish. Lancer leaves. He easily jumps up to the terrace and disappears into the passageway. Archer does not do anything. It's as if he's saying Tosaka is useless now. I step over the rubble and walk forward. I'm heading to the center of the room at the foot of the stairs. Forcing down her emotions, Saber stands still to watch over our battle. You won't do anything, huh? That's good. If Saber interrupts me right now, I'll have broken my contract with Rin for nothing. I can hear Saber's hesitation. Saber takes a quick breath and replies to the man at the top of the stairs. I will not interfere. I will not do anything during your battle with Shiro. Very good. I can kill him at ease. Yes, but please answer me before that. Why are you trying to kill Shiro? There's nothing to explain. Just as he cannot approve of me, I too cannot approve of him. That cannot be true. You are Shiro. You are the ideal of Emiya Shiro, one who became a hero. So why are you trying to kill yourself? What do you think? The hero called Emiya and the inexperienced Emiya Shiro are two separate beings. We cannot exist at the same time unless that is the case. That is because you became a servant. I heard that guardians can be summoned into the age in which they lived, since they are not bound to the time axis. You are Shiro. You should be the personification of his ideal. The person became after much hard work, so why? She finishes in a broken voice. Why are you so different? Not responding, he starts down the stairs. He cannot answer that question. If he were able to, he would not be fighting here. Archer? Saber steps forward to confront Archer. It's fine, Saber. Just step back. I stop her with my hand and keep her at the entrance. But Shiro... I appreciate it, but talking is useless. From the very beginning, his objective has been to kill me. Saber bites her lip in frustration. Saber stares at me, then at Archer. Why, Archer? You do not understand. I heard that guardians are ones who became heroic spirits after their deaths in order to protect people. So why are you trying to kill yourself? Guardian? Maybe something she said got through to him. He stops and looks down the stairs at Saber without emotion. You're wrong, Saber. Guardians are not the ones that protect the people. They are only the cleaners. They are only cleaners. They are definitely not the heroes I once wished to become. His voice sounds different. Hatred and scorn fill it now. Archer. I did become a hero. I became a superhero, just as Miyashiro had wanted. A superhero. Someone who will not harm anyone. Someone who will not retreat no matter what disasters he may face. Someone who can save everyone. Someone Miyashiro wanted to become. And that man became such a person. Archer. Yes, I certainly did save some people. I have made many ideals come true, and I have saved the world from danger several times. A hero. I did reach the place I had dreamed of for so long. You became a hero. Then Shiro was rewarded, right? At the very least, you made Miyashiro's ideals come true. Then he should not have any regrets. Shiro was able to make his wish come true. There's no conviction in her voice. She already knows. She knows that she is only voicing her own wish. Make his wish come true, huh? I certainly did become a superhero, just like my ideal. But all I obtained in the end were regrets. All that was left was death. I killed and killed and killed. I killed many people to act on my ideal. I killed so many that I stopped caring about innocent people. And I saved 1,000 times as many, and I saved 1,000 times as many as I killed. Saber stares at Archer speechless. She looks like someone who saw her own mirror image. Yes, I don't know how many times I've repeated the cycle. I fought as often as requested, and I fought with my life in danger whenever I knew there was a conflict. I fought many times. So many times that I can't even remember now. It can't be helped, right? No matter who I save, there are always people who will perish. No matter how many conflicts I resolve, new conflicts are always created. A superhero has to keep existing, as long as conflict exists. Who did he direct that to? The knight slowly descends the stairs and recounts his past. That's why I killed. I trampled the dozens of wishes to save one person. I ignored even more people to save those I trampled over. I killed scores of people, rescued only those in front of me, and destroyed many more wishes. I kept being stubborn, saying that it'll end this time, that everyone would become happy. But it never ended. Conflicts come into my view as long as I'm alive. It was endless. I didn't dream of a world without conflicts. I just wanted people in my view not to cry. That is definitely my own wish. My vision expands after I save one. 10 after 1, 100 after 10. How many was it after 100? At that time I finally realized that Miyashiro's ideal was just a convenient fantasy. Why is that? Don't ask for the obvious, Saber. You should have experienced the same thing many times already. You cannot save everyone. I assume it was a daily routine for you to sacrifice a few people to save the country. The quiet voices render powerless to object. The words of the Red Knight are Saber's darkness as well. Yes, the seats are limited. There are always fewer seats called happiness than there are people to fill them. Since you cannot save everyone, someone will have to be sacrificed. And I quickly killed the ones that would eventually fall out to minimize the damage. That is what it means to be this boy's vision of the ideal superhero. The wish for nobody becomes sad. The desire to save as many people as possible. When the two coexist and contradict each other, there's only one solution. The only people a superhero can save are the people he sides with. If one is to lose everything by trying to save everything, it is correct to sacrifice one to save more. A superhero should save many people, right? That's why I killed. I prayed for no one to die, but I killed one to save many. I said I would not have anyone sad, but I brought despair to a few in the dark. And in time, I got used to it. To protect my ideal, I kept going against it. I only saved the people I tried to save, and quickly killed the people who opposed me. I allowed someone to be sacrificed, to keep protecting my ideal. That is the true identity of the hero Emiya. See, don't you think such a guy should die? That's right. The only ones a superhero can save are the people he sides with. But who was it that defied those words? That is a lie. Even if that happened, you would have protected your ideal by choosing yourself to be that someone. The knight stops for a second. A frown crosses his face. You did not go against your ideal. You only lost your path because you were betrayed by the ideal you protected. You would not think of killing yourself to atone for the sins unless that were the case. His ironic smile disappears, after coldly staring at Saber. He starts laughing like a madman, as if it's the funniest thing he's heard. Wow, that is great. Atone for my sins. Don't be stupid, Saber. I have no sins to atone for, nor have I forced such a meaningless concept on anyone. The knight calmly goes mad. He spoke in a small voice, but his laughter echoes through the hall. Yeah, you're right, Saber. I have certainly betrayed and deceived many times. I have been accused by the exact person I saved. After giving all my all to stop a conflict, I was accused of being its cause and was executed in the end. See, if I had any sins to atone for, I have already done so, right? What? Impossible, Archer. You cannot mean your end is... So that was it. But I didn't care about that. From the start, I didn't do these things to be appreciated. I had no intention of being praised as a hero. I just wanted a result where everybody would be happy. But such a wish never came true. Not within my lifetime, nor after my death. He has stopped laughing. There's only hatred in his voice now. Guardians are a colorless force that places humanity's survival before anything. The powers in the heavens and the Guardians appear in this world. Wait, the powers are in the heavens, and the Guardians appear in this world only when there's a chance of human extinction. I knew it. I knew they were just slaves. I knew that people who become Guardians are removed from the circle of reincarnation and become like nothingness. But I did not care, so long as I could save people. Miyashiro could not fulfill his oath. So, I thought it'd be fine if I could become a Guardian, to take part in stopping humanity's destruction. Humanity's. But it's actually different. Guardians do not save people. All they do is clean up after humans. They take what has been done and nullify it with their powers. They do not save people. All they do is eliminate harmful people without distinction of good or evil. They do not save people in despair. Instead, they eliminate people in despair in order to save others who are enjoying life. It's so ridiculous. How am I different from before? There's no difference. There was just more despair. He relied on a greater power since his powers alone were not enough. But it ended up being the same. He thought the power would make his wish come true, but it only made him do the same things on a greater scale. Archer, you have repeated such a thing forever? I got used to it. Humans repeat things. The strong feed on the weak, regardless of what age we're talking about. And I came to realize that it is the most efficient way to prosper. Yes, I watched it over and over. Meaningless massacres, meaningless equality, meaningless happiness. I was forced to look at them even when I refused to. As a Guardian, I have no free will. I am called by the people only to take care of the crime people have created. That is where he ended up. A being that repairs the damage caused by human desire. Guardians do not save people. Rather, they eliminate those who cannot be saved as if they never existed. Over and over. For many times he saw people nearly destroy themselves through their own actions, and he burned them down like trash each time. Save as many people as possible. The man became a hero with that one wish, but in the end he could not make it come true even once. That's right, this is wrong. This is not what I wished for. I did not become a Guardian for this! His anger is probably directed at himself. What is standing there is a worn-out corpse. The hero Emiya is doomed to always see the ugliness of those he wanted to save. He grew to hate them in the end. He grew to hate humans for repeating conflicts. He grew to hate himself for thinking that humans are sacred. I don't want to clean up after people, but as long as I'm a Guardian, there's no way for me to escape this cycle. Save one exception. Murderous intent flares in his cold eyes. He isn't looking at Saber. There's only one objective for Archer, to kill his own self. But even if he dies, the real body of Emiya, who is in the place, outside of the cycle, not bound by time, will not disappear. There's no elimination for guardians. They are nothing to start with. It is meaningless to kill something that is not a part of the real world. But there's one way for him to disappear. If someone who's to become a hero is killed before he becomes a hero, that hero will never come into existence. Therefore, are you going to kill Shiro here with your own hands? Yes. I kept waiting for this chance. It was a possibility close to zero. But I staked everything on it. I could not contain myself unless I believed in it. While I acted as a guardian, this was the one hope that kept me going. That is meaningless, Archer. You have already become a guardian, so it is too late. Even if you kill Emiya Shiro, who is yet to become a hero, you yourself will not disappear. That may be true, but there's still a chance, however small. Just altering the past might not be enough, but the paradox will be even greater if I am the one to do it. If the distortion is large enough, a hero called Emiya will disappear here. And Saber, this is what I've been waiting for. I'm not looking for results now. I'm just taking my anger out on a kid called Emiya Shiro, the one who will become a clown as a result of his stupid ideal. And the knight in red comes down to the hall. Only Archer and I stand in the hall filled with rubble. There's nothing separating us. The reason is simple. He wants to kill me, and I just want to beat him up because I don't like him. I walk to the center of the hall. I won't be able to back out once I take a few more steps. But before that, Archer, do you regret your actions? There's one thing I have to ask him. Of course. No, you should not have become a superhero. He spits those words out, and that dispels my last doubts. I see. Then we are two different people. What? I'll never regret my path. I won't regret it no matter what may happen. So, I will never approve of you. If you say you're my ideal, I'll destroy such an incorrect ideal with my own hands. That's how I've been living up to now. I've always believed that I am right. As he says, I'm sure it's full of false courage and distortion. I've lost more than I've gained, but that's all the more reason why I cannot withdraw for the sake of things I've lost. I walk forward. My circuit has already started sketching the blueprint in my mind. That way of thinking is the cause of all this. There will come a time when you will reach me. There won't be such a time. It will never come. Oh, does that mean you will be killed here before that happens? I take a step towards my enemy. We're close enough to strike at each other. We don't have any weapons. We confront each other empty-handed. Emiya Shiro is not a swordsman. We are beings that create swords. Then... So, it seems you understand. Yes, to fight against me is to compete in projection. The twin swords appear in his hands. That night, the simple twin swords I admired in the Ryudo Temple. Rare swords that a legendary craftsman made at the price of his wife. Trace on. And I think that's a good place to end it, because this episode went on for, I think, almost 30 minutes? I want to say. So yeah, I'll end it there so my voice doesn't kill me. It needs at least like a minute or two break, and then we'll jump back in and do their fight in the next one, which I am very excited for, because the fights in this are always written so well. They're so fun. I love reading them, especially this fight, one of my favorite fights just ever in general, period, in fiction. So yeah, with that being said, I'm super excited, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.